Hey guys, this is Huzaifa from my YouTube channel Positive Gaming. Today we are talking about the seven money rules everyone should know by the age of 25. So whether you are working or have been starting to working or have been into job, this rule will definitely help you because right now it is so much crucial time to have good amount of money, to have savings and to have lot many source of income. If you are having only one active source of income, then it is mandatory for you to have at least three passive source of income, right? So that you can sustain in this environment. And I already discussed about a lot of money things on my channel. You can check that, right? You can check about how you can attract a lot of money just by becoming something that the money will definitely flow, stream, Brazil, and many lot of things you can just check out on this channel. But today we will be diving deep into what money rules you should take and care when you are having saving or when you are just planning to invest or when you are, want to multiply your wealth or increase your income. So the number one rule comes is 50-30-20 rule, right? So like based on your income, you have to just classify what are your needs, wants, and goals. Now needs, let me just tell you what exactly I mean by this. So when it comes to needs, right, you are having like your shoes are like tore, right? So they are the need because you want that for the daily use, right? Wants, right? If you're looking for vacations or new cars or you want some like 10% sale is going on and you just want to buy that, so it's kind of wants, it's not a need. And last is goal, like having savings or extra debt payments and etc. Right? Avoid debts in any at any cost, right? It is so much important to avoid debts in this today's world, right? If you want to sustain, you must avoid debt. But a lot of people just go into debt just to satisfy this kind of thing, need, wants, and goals. They don't recognize what are the needs, what are the wants, and what are the goals. And accordingly, you have to classify your money. Right. So all of always follow 50-30-20 rule. Needs will go for 50% of income, wants 30% of income, and goals 20% of income. This is the number one rule when it comes to money budgeting or money rules. You can just follow, or you can just make an impact right in your money journey, because a lot of people just think that earning money is the only thing, but we must remember that we are money managers, that we only have to manage the universal resources, whether it is money or any other thing, right? Because nothing remains permanent, everything has to go away. So you are only the manager and you have to only manage the money. And money is a form of energy, money is a form of currency. You already know I talk a lot of things about money on my channel. You might be aware what I'm talking about. So now you see this kind of thing, right? But I would also like to give you one insight that when it comes to money, always think in terms of numbers, in terms of mathematics, right? How you can calculate, how you can how you can just multiply that kind of stuff, right? So maths come into picture, right? Numbers come into picture when it comes to money, right? This is the must. This is the number one rule. I hope this is the number one rule. Sorry, that there is a thought problem I'm having. So my speaking will be like slightly not normal, but please bear with me. So this is the number one rule we are talking. The number third rule we can go for is 3x 6x fund rule. Saves 3 to 6 months worth of living expense in an emergency fund. Only use this fund for emergencies like wet bill, flat tire, or medical bill. It will save you from taking on debt to overcome any surprise expenses. So use this, save 3 to 6 months of worth and take an emergency fund account into a bank and save that money into that. You might not be aware, but some kind of emergency may appear and you may need the fund at the time. It will be difficult for you to accumulate all that fund. So having this 3 to 6x rule will help you to save that money for the emergencies, and it will be categorized into emergency fund. And it will also help you to be in any kind of debt, right? Because we need to avoid debt, right? We need to increase our savings, right? That's why you can just and then multiply that in order to become wealthy or just become a good money manager. The second rule that applies is 4% rule. The 4% rule says that you can only take 4% of your savings each year during the retirement without running out of your money. So every year you have to take the 4% of the entire income. So If your income is 1 lakh rupees, then you have to take 4% of it, that is 40,000, and divide by 12, that is per month, it will be 3,333 rupees, right? So this is the per month in the retirement, right? So 4% you have to calculate based on your yearly income, right? So it varies like from person to person, but when you calculate this, it will help you to save this amount of money in the retirement. You can just consider another account as a retirement account where you are putting your 4% of every year, right? Divided by that per month. So you will be getting a per month value that you have to put into a bank account or separate as your retirement, right? It will help when you just retire. So this is the 4% rule that we are talking about. The fourth rule comes is twice X investing. For every money or dollar you splurge on a luxury item, invest the same amount in investing. For example, if you're buying $200 pair of heels, invest $200 into investment account. So yeah, you are here multiplying the money and not just going for show off and modern things. Like you can't, if you're able to afford, if you cannot afford the iPhone, then don't buy iPhone, but invest that extra amount into something which you can multiply. You can also go for Samsung. The phone is phone, but don't show off and don't think that you are having money, so you can just do that. But invest that amount so that you can multiply whatever you are saving, right? And this will definitely help you to generate income or to help into your money journey, money management. The next rule is 2 4 10 rule. There is a sixth number. If you want to take some loan, I avoid taking loans, I avoid taking debts, right? Because that is when you are taking loan means you are just putting something like taking something, but then you have to pay the EMI every month, right? So it's kind of, and also along with the interest, right? So whatever the regular price might be, then but it will increase, right? Because you are paying the interest as well as the many other taxes which are hidden. So if you want to, in case if it is emergency and you want to take a loan, then do follow this 24/10 rule. That is 20% minimum down payment you have to pay for item. 4 years maximum of years the car should be financed. If you look to taking a car loan, and 10% maximum amount of gross income that should be going towards your car. Remember, most car depreciate with time. So if you're buying a car loan, then car will depreciate and the value will definitely decrease. But you have to follow this 24/10 rule. 20% minimum down payment required. 4 year is necessary for to be financed. And remember, 10% maximum amount of gross income that should be going towards your car. So if your gross income is like 10,000 rupees, then you have to just do that by 10%, right? So it will be around 10,000, then 10,000 five. It will be 1,000 rupees. So that 1,000 rupees will be going towards your car EMI payment, that kind of thing, right? You have to just take into consideration. So these all notes you can just take and put into your for your reference. It will definitely help you in the finance, money, investing, building wealth, and many different things. Next is 3x rent rule. 3x rent rule says the rent should not exceed 3x% gross monthly income. The idea is that housing just shouldn't consume more than one third of person income. So you have money left for expenses, saving, and investment. Like if you are renting something, but if your rent is like 3 times higher than the gross income, right? If you're getting like 9,000 is a gross income after cutting all the expenses, right? You're getting in hand 9,000, but you are renting the house for 27,000. So it is not accepted. Then you will not have any money left for your expenses, saving, and investment, right? Choose wisely, live well, right? You always go for the low rent home, right? The years against comes like show off and the prestige kind of thing, like, right? But you have to keep in mind that you have to also look for other things like expenses, saving, and investment, right? Because we are building wealth, we are managing money, right? So this is the 3x rent rule, right? You have to think about in terms of gross income you are earning, right? And then you have to divide that by 1/3. It must be a 1/3, right? That kind of thing. You have to keep that in mind, because like in terms of show off, or just they just want to live in the good house, so they just pay the rent like without even thinking. So this rule will definitely help you if you're just exceeding the amount, right? Seventh rule is the rule of 72. Find out how long it will take to for your investment to double. So if you're investing in a mutual fund or stocks, then think about how long will it take for double. So example, divide 72 by the growth rate of investment expressed as a percentage. So if you're having investment in the mutual fund and the return is 20%, then you have to do that 72 divided by 20. So it will be 3.6 years. Here the return is 10%. That's the reason the year is 7.2. Right. So accordingly, you can just calculate. It is a rule of 72. It is very useful. Right. It will help you like to know the year of return. Right. Where you can just think how the money will be multiplied. Right. Because we are just multiplying the money by investment, so you can think in terms of the return, and then you have to divide that by 72, right? Whatever amount, whatever percentage you are having. So if it's 15%, then you have to divide 15, 72 by 15. So whatever will come will be the number of years in which it is the duration in which the money will be multiplied. So this is the seventh rule, the rule of 72. It will also help to find out, right, the fast rate at which your money can be double. So these are some of the rules which money rules which you can go for if you want to have investment or savings or because money is energy and we have to just manage it. So these all rules will definitely help you to manage money, right? Never never think that okay, I own this thing and I'm building empire, I'm having a lot of money, I'm the owner of this. No, you're not owner, right? You will definitely lose what you are having, right? At the end of the day, when you die, you will leave this earth without anything, right? So but we have to manage it, right? So whatever incoming, whatever outgoing, whatever expenses we are having, we have to manage, and these rules will definitely help you to become a good money manager, right? And yeah, if you find this video useful and if you learn something and if you implement this kind of thing in your life, it will definitely help you, right? So make sure you leave as I told, the comment of gratitude and appreciation, right? It helps a lot. And also share to those people who just require this kind of knowledge, or if they want to be a good money manager, right? And I'm sharing all this because I'm into finance. I was into finance, I was into mutual fund. I know how money management works, so that's why I'm sharing this kind of thing. So I hope that this video really helps. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing for regular dose of positivity. And remember, you are the co-creator of your own life. You can become whatever you want. We are the multi-dimensional being having human experience, right? If this video is helpful, then make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Right. See you in the next video. Till then, bye. Thank you for watching.